Good morning. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Michael Florin. I want to talk to you today about what it means to be a man who strives for greatness. I invite you to read Psalm 144, verses 1 through 7, and John chapter 17, verses 12 through 19. Back when I was in 5th grade, I thought I was living the life. I had the next couple years all planned out in my mind and knew exactly what I needed to do to become the man that I thought would make me happy. But one Sunday afternoon that spring, that plan got flipped upside down. Like every other Sunday, my family was headed home from Mass, and my dad took what I thought was a wrong turn. Super confusing given we made that drive so often. My parents decided that then was a good time to tell me that we weren't going home, and instead were going to an open house for this school called Trinity. I'm going to be honest with you, I had never in my life heard of this school, and therefore had no desire to go just check it out, as my mom said we would. I remember immediately deciding right there in that car, with the abundant intelligence that 5th grade me had, that I was not going to be open to whatever this mysterious school had to offer. We went to the open house, and I told my parents immediately afterwards that I would not be attending this school, but thanked them for the effort. The following year, my parents really started to encourage me to consider going to Trinity, because it offered so much that would help me develop and grow as a person. I had always been a very quiet kid, and they wanted me to push myself to overcome that. But once again, my young mind was not thinking like that at all. I wanted what was comfortable. I wanted what I was used to, even if it was not the best I could have. My old school was so familiar to me, and even though I didn't have the greatest friends or the best teachers there, at least I had become used to it. My mom was somehow able to drag me to a Trinity Open gym for basketball at one point, and I left the athletic center that day firmly convinced that it would be the very last time I ever played basketball in that gym. Ironic, I know. After lots of conversations and resistance on my part, my parents were finally able to convince me to make the change. In hindsight, taking that leap of faith was probably one of the best decisions of my life. Trinity has turned out to be exactly the place that I needed to be to grow into the person I am today. I have learned that I can use my quiet nature to make a positive impact on those around me, and this would never have happened had it not been for the incredible patience of all of my teachers and the amazing friends around me. These past couple years have taught me that people often need someone to just listen to them when they need it most. Being a leader does not necessarily require a lot of words, and can actually be more impactful when your actions speak for you. Complaining doesn't get you places or solve your problems, and consequently, I have gained a work ethic that, quite frankly, not many people outside of Trinity are capable of. What I have found is that what truly sustains and gives me peace is prayer and living out my faith. Those daily conversations that I have had with God over the years have satisfied the deep longing in my soul that other things simply cannot. The world offers us so much to try to fill that longing, but nothing else has proven remotely sufficient for me. One of my heroes, Pope St. John Paul II, says, "The world offers you comfort, but you were not made for comfort. You were made for greatness." The world continually offers us this version of being a man that constantly settles for mediocrity, but God created us for so much more. I have learned that even if we do not live up to the standards that the world measures success by, the small acts of love that we do every single day can leave a larger impact than any amount of money or power ever could. This path to greatness in God's eyes will often be more difficult to choose because it is not what the world tells you to pursue. But this choice to humbly pursue God's plan is the most rewarding and fulfilling path. As John said in the reading, we have all been sent out into the world to be witnesses to Christ. God sends His grace upon us so that we can fulfill this mission, and I believe that only then will we experience joy and fulfillment. Seeing the countless ideas, blessings, relationships, and memories that have come from my decision to attend Trinity has thoroughly convinced me that choosing the right path will always be worth it. I encourage each one of you to find the ways in which you are settling for anything less than the greatness you were made for, and to discern the ways that you can become the men that God created you to be. Please join me in saying the Lord's Prayer.